Hello you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so I think I want to elaborate more on the eldest daughter syndrome, EDLC. Now, like I said in my previous video, this word was just coined to classify the eldest daughters of various families. Now, this eldest daughter syndrome symbolizes the mental and emotional burden that is being placed on the first daughters of homes, where you see them being the mediator between families, you see them being the ones in charge, or when a father or a mother or when parents are having conflict, they just get the eldest daughter or the eldest child involved in it, thereby putting the young girl, the young child, in a place where she has to play the mother role or the older one role. You understand? Like, it's just an emotional burden that is placed on them, and they just arise to take the mother role. And like I said before in my previous video, I am a first daughter and a first child, so I think I have first weakness of what I'm talking about. For this video, I'm just going to talk about 10 signs to show that you have the eldest daughter syndrome. You take up too much responsibilities and then you find it hard to say no. We as the eldest daughters most times feel the need to be and take charge of everything that is going on around us. We seek to take charge of the situation and be responsible for it. We take on too much responsibility and we find it super hard to turn people down. So we struggle with perfection. Most first daughters, like myself, sometimes find it difficult to just let things be in the middle. If it's not perfect, we're not letting it go. That's more like the mantra for first daughters. We struggle with people pleasing. First daughters, like myself, most times are people pleasers because we seek validation, because we just want to please you so that we could have peace of mind or rest of mind. We just be happy, just be happy, just be happy. Is that way I could relax a little. Ourselves overthinking about things we have little or no control over. We just find ourselves, we overthink a lot. We think about a lot of things even when there is really no need, and then we think of why are we not really overthinking stuff. Like, most first daughters have this syndrome. We just overthink the little words, the little actions. We try to put a meaning to everything. The type A personality trait. Most eldest daughters tend to fall under the category of the type A personality. 6. They find themselves taking over leadership roles unconsciously. So unconscious to them, they just swing into action whenever necessary without them even meaning to. They just find themselves being placed in that leadership position. Okay, they have a strong sense of approval and validation. They always depend on other people for approval and validation. They are never really satisfied with what they have achieved with themselves without having another party, a third party, saying, well done, you did good, oh, this is nice, are you the one that did this? Stuff like that. They are always seeking for validation. Tend to be very hard on themselves. Most first daughters tend to be very hard on themselves because from a young age they've been given this ideology of there is a certain place they need to be. They can't go below, they just have to be ahead. So they just put in too much pressure, too much fight, too much pushing just to come hither. They just put in too much energy just to be up, they can't be below, so they tend to just overburden themselves and then just find it hard on themselves when they don't meet up to an ideology in their head, when they don't meet up to target dates. They tend to just beat themselves up about it. We first daughters, we tend to be very sensitive to criticisms. Towards words mean a lot, because from childbirth, the only thing and the only place our parents has ever showed care to us was through their words. So when we get criticized, we think about it in a million ways. Does this mean I'm failing? Am I really failing? Wait, am I a failure? Is this what failing means? God, is this will mom be proud of me? Will my brothers copy this? Will my sisters copy this? Criticism just messes our minds and make us feel like we are not fulfilling purpose, like the very reason for our existence is being questioned. That's how deep criticism is to us. We just wouldn't open up to you, tell you things that is going on in our hearts, tell you the wild imaginations that just goes through our heads. We won't open up and tell you about this type of things. Most eldest daughters find it really, really, really hard to be vulnerable. Like, we find it really, really hard to just open up and be vulnerable, because in our minds we kind of think, oh, do you see us as the weaker vessel? Do you think we are incapable? When I tell you this thing, can I trust it won't change how you see about me, what you perceive about me and stuff? So yes, that's it, guys, for the signs of eldest daughters. We'll dive into how do we really heal from the eldest daughter syndrome. Okay, yes, it's been identified. I have this eldest daughter syndrome. How am I supposed to heal from this? How do I heal? God, how do I heal? I think first and the most important thing is acceptance. No true healing happens without acceptance. You must first accept what had happened, what is happening, accept where you are, as has affected your day-to-day activity as an adult. Okay, so acceptance. If you keep living in denial that it never happened, I never had it, even though I'm a first daughter, I don't know what EDS means, it never came to me, it never affected me, you would never really find healing. So acceptance is the foundation where every other thing is built. Okay, it's the foundation, acceptance. And then we go over it. For me, number 2 will be to get to find yourself. Who are you? What are you? What do you love? What tickles your fancy? What makes you happy? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite place? What relaxes you? Who are you? Finding who you are, or getting to know yourself for who you are, is a beautiful way to just heal from the eldest daughter syndrome. A beautiful way to just break off from that chain is to identify yourself, because sometimes we could just get lost in the whole mix of trying to make everybody okay, that we forget that we ourselves are human beings. We deserve some loving attention and okayism, if that's a word. So build meaningful and healthy relationships. That, you guys, is amazing. It is a pure gift to have people around you who would genuinely care about you. It's beautiful that we want to care about other persons. It's beautiful that we want to be there for other people. But having other people there for us hits differently, because most times we just throw ourselves into helping others that we end up being emotionally deprived of love, deprived of attention, and to get it, we tend to be in a place where we must give something for us to receive from it. Do you understand? So having people around you who would legit want to give you 100 even if you don't give. Like, having those kind of people, building healthy relationships is one of the most amazing ways for healing. For example, you are an eldest daughter. You lived all your life trying to take care of every other person, and then suddenly someone just comes into your life. You guys get to know each other, and as you try to help them or just exhibit this trait that it's not really a conscious thing because it's now a subconscious stuff, you really try to exhibit this unconscious attitude, and then they just reciprocate. You give them a hand, they give you a hand. You give them a hug and they hold you tighter. You call them and they call you back. They respond. You feel it's beautiful, you guys. It's beautiful. Words are not something that words can explain. So having and creating healthy relationships, and this too is a very sensitive thing because you don't generally know the heart of men. So having to build healthy relationships, healthy and supportive relationships, you guys, is one of the most beautiful gifts a first daughter child can ever have. Trust me, you guys, it is beautiful. It is beautiful, you guys, very beautiful. So the next thing I would say is to set boundaries. Now, setting boundaries doesn't mean doing whole high and mighty things. It could just be the little thing of every day in a week, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to do this particular thing for myself. In a week, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an hour and rest, no matter what you're saying. It could be something as simple as not taking anybody's calls by 9. It could be something as simple as I've always wanted to do this, so I'm just going to pick up that skill. I'm just going to hit the gym for me. I want to just setting little boundaries and stuff. Just doing something for you. It's one of the ways you can heal from the eldest daughter syndrome. Now, the next thing you could do about it is let other people take care of you. One of the greatest gifts human beings have is other human beings. Having other human beings as gifts, the gifts of people, you guys, is one of the most amazing gifts life can ever give to you. So when let's say for example, you are at a party, people are dancing and singing, instead of worrying about are they having a good time, is she having a good time, is he having a good time, or are they okay, their face is like that, consciously choose to switch off the lights and have fun for yourself. Choose to enjoy the moment. Choose to let other people minister to you. Choose to let them talk to you. Choose to be in the speaking side where they are in the listening side. Just switch it up. If you're always receiving, switch it. Be the one who is. If you're always giving, be the one who is receiving this time. Just switch it up, okay? And for me, the next one is probably the most important, and the one I think worked for me pretty good is prayer. Yes, you guys, I cannot say how important and how blessed I have been to just have to pray about it, just getting to talk to God about it, because whether we like it or not, these above are beautiful, but for those ones to function effectively, especially if you're taking this journey alone, is to have someone else you could just talk these things with and just open up your heart with. And prayer is one of the beautiful places to do this, where you just talk to God about it. You talk to God about the past, talk to God about your fears, talk to God about your present, talk to God about the wild imagination that is going on in your head. Talk to God about how your mom had done something that hurt you and is maybe still leaving some threats of pain. How your dad has said something, what your siblings did that had hurt you. those little fragments of thoughts from childhood and how people in your life now are expecting you to be a certain way, but you just can't be a certain way because of what had happened, and they don't really understand that, and I don't really want to keep explaining to them so they don't seem like I'm using it as an excuse not to do this. All these things are things you could just basically talk to God about on your knees, you guys. You just go down on your knees and talk to Dad about it. Tell him what's on your mind. Ask him to help you. Where do you need to start from? How do I start this journey? I want to heal from this. Look at what had happened in my childhood. I want to heal from it, but I don't really know how to. I don't even know what boundaries to set. And trust me, you guys, prayer works. Prayer works like magic. It works like magic. It works. Talking to God about stuff works, you guys. I really hope that this video has blessed and has helped someone out there. And my name still remains in the BC Oluchukwu faith. This is Moments with Fun, and yes, I'm a mental health therapist. See you in my next video. Bye.